Good morning, this is the Shaman Oracle reading for Thursday, and today I'm reading for Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, and this reading is for Sagittarius. Welcome, Sagittarius. The reading starts with the wisdom of the Oracle card called Time to Go, and the meaning is endings, completion, the walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. The Oracle's message is: you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. So take stock of what you have learned. It is time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. So take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. There is a relationship message. It is over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that a journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak of a breakup, drifting away, or the end of a soul contract. It is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, you let it go. If it comes back, it is yours. And if it's not coming back, it never was yours. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. So if you want something deeper, walk away. There is a prosperity message. This message is clear. The path you have been on with your work or creative projects and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You have finished your tasks and you can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life. And remember that when you close one door, another one opens. There is a protection message. Even if it appears that you have reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You are in a situation that will resurface again later, so consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and you gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self might have doubts, but that is natural, as it doesn't have the map of your destiny, but the soul does. So Spirit loves you. Trust in that. Next card is the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And the Oracle of the Seven Energies says this in the beginning: co-create your most beautiful and meaningful manifestations. And the card that came out is the Land Between. And this deck has different energies assigned to the card, like earth, water, fire, love, sound, light, and thought. And the Land Between is energy of the light. And it's about being between the worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and will be, a time of waiting and evolving, gray areas, something essential yet still in development, and some metamorphosis. You are right now in a process of change. You know that you were called to it, and you can no longer be who you were, but you aren't sure what the next experience of your life will be. You are in between what was and what could be, in a emerging stage, like during the metamorphosis of the caterpillar into the butterfly. However, you cannot just skip the messy parts. You have to endure the unknown and uncomfortable as you reinvent yourself. The thing is, you are not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past, even if you are ready to shed that version of yourself and become someone new. You must start redefining who you are in the context of your question. What do you believe is possible when you get to the next place? Can you explore this stage of your evolution to get to know yourself better? The process in between worlds is where things get really interesting. You learn how to manage your fear, how to stay present in the now, and how to see in the dark. You absorb the lessons offered to you with grace because you cannot go any faster. This is a real test of emotional fortitude, patience, trust, and humility. Once you have made this no man's land your home, it will be a part of you. Then whatever was set in motion comes to life. This is what you have been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love the place in between, for that is where you were reborn. Next card is from one of the two new card decks, and this one is called Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle. And the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle has this opening prayer. Goddesses, Gods and Guardians, I receive your wisdom with an open heart. Thank you for revealing sacred truths that illuminate my soul's path. And the card that came out is called Leah. And Leah says, stand your ground. Don't suffer in silence. Ask for what you want. And Leah, she is an Aboriginal Australian water goddess and guardian of women. Looking down from the sky, she noticed a group of women digging for roots in the dry desert. The men in the village had created certain rules, so only they could leave the camp to get water. The women had to stay put, thirsty and dusty. So Leah decided to intervene. She went into the mountains, dug her digging stick into the ground, and discovered a water spring that turned into a river. The women, now refreshed, formed their own community with Leah as their leader. You have an extremely giving and supportive nature. Everyone can always count on you to be there for them. You put others first. You go out of your way to understand their needs and bend over backwards to honor their requests. These are traits that often show up in empaths, in healers, and light workers, earth angels, intuitives, and sensitives. Goddess Leah is urging you to set some limits before you risk losing yourself under a pile of other people's needs, demands, and expectations. Leah smiles widely and assertively, claims generous space for you by pushing her stick into the earth, and she says and asks you, are you a living saint? The answer is no. Are you being a doormat? Possibly. Do you have needs, dreams, and wishes of your own? Oh yes. So start putting yourself first. Ask for what you want. Ask for help and be open to receive it. And don't be that doormat to anyone anymore. You may feel uncomfortable to begin with, but my waters will enliven you. Together we will clear stagnant patterns and find fertile new ground. Additional meanings are stand up for others in human rights campaigns and or causes that highlight injustice and prejudice. Clear stuck energy with water healing, have a shower, bath, or go for a swim. Visualize water as energy flowing through your chakras. Write down your blocks or fears and immerse in a water bowl for release. Leave a toxic or stale relationship. Take assertiveness training. See this invocation: I claim my space in the universe and I stand up for myself. See again, I claim my space in the universe and I stand up for myself. Last time, I claim my space in the universe and I stand up for myself. Next card is also from a new card deck that is called the Angel Guide. And the Angel Guide Oracle has this opening statement: thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence and for revealing to me what I need to know. I am willing to listen and receive. And so it is. And this card is called Honesty and Communication. The message is you are being given an opportunity to speak your truth. You have reached a point on your journey where you must be honest with yourself and all those around you. If you are holding anything in or feel you need to share something in order to feel free, know that your angel guide is encouraging you to act on this now. When you share your feelings and speak truthfully, you draw the support and light of the universe into your heart. If you are in a challenging position and find it difficult communicating what is in your heart, call in angels and ask them to support you. They want you to know that when you speak with honesty, you attract experiences that lovingly reflect who you really are. There is an extended message. If you feel a person or a situation is making you lose a sense of yourself or drawing you away from joy, it is time to speak up and to make sure that you are heard. You are being guided to begin by lovingly connecting with your own heart, to home in on and honor what you want for yourself and your life. So take time to reflect on what is important to you, where you want to direct your energy, and what your priorities are for the next phase of your journey. It may be that you are fighting against the flow and not wanting to admit to yourself that something is holding you back or dampening your spirit. But angels love you and want you to know that honesty is the best policy for you now. Last card is Priestess of Light Oracle, and the Priestess of Light Oracle says this in the beginning: become your own Priestess of Light, celebrate your eternal power in the sacred ceremony that is your life. And the Priestess of Light Oracle card is called Power Over Difficulty, reclaiming your power. This card brings you a warning that there are situations, people, or patterns in your life threatening to take over. The snake can be venomous, tempting, or even strangling. This card is an important reminder to be honest with yourself and investigate your relationships and your daily activities to determine what may be harmful or dishonoring to you, or even be consuming you. If someone is bringing a toxic energy to your life, it may be necessary to let that person go, or at least reduce your exposure dramatically. If a situation seems to be suffocating you or sapping your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, it is time to rethink your motivation for remaining engaged. And if you are feeling a building resentment for a job or personal task, this card is telling you to learn how to bring more conscious joy to the experience, or even to exit it altogether. Also, be mindful of all your own personal patterns. Consider the causes of your making and the results they are creating. You don't want to become the snake that eats its own tail, consuming your own life force and sabotaging your own desire to move forward. Yet always remember the indomitable strength of your inner spirit and true life force, represented here by the swans, who, in spite of their gentle beauty, are very powerful creatures, capable of striking anything that attacks them. You have that power as well, and this card is telling you to strike out at your own self-sabotaging patterns and to break free from any other limiting influences holding you down. Become conscious and courageous in your ongoing choices. You have that power. Say this affirmation: I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and in my relationships. Say again: I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and in my relationship. Last time: I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and in my relationships. So, that was your reading, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for listening. I wish you a wonderful day today. Take care and goodbye.